A massive firefighting effort has given way to a major cleanup operation in Coquitlam, but it could be weeks or even months before dozens of people are allowed to return home. We connect with Greg Harper live in Coquitlam with the latest. Greg?
Good morning, Jody. Well, this fire had happened just behind me here on Glen Drive. This is between Pacific and Johnson, right next to the Coquitlam Centre Mall. Police remain at the scene here, and we're just seeing some Coquitlam firefighters heading back in there. I spoke to a few of them. They say it's all about the cleanup here today. This was a huge fire at an apartment building that started at around 4:30 yesterday afternoon. It engulfed the building in short time. The fast-moving flames crept up to the roof, and that created a huge problem for firefighters on the scene. Making things worse, it's a wooden building. It was built in the 90s and did not have a sprinkler system in place. Now, part of the roof did collapse, and some of the floors may have as well. The firefighting effort lasted for several hours, and at one point, crews actually allowed the flames to burn in a venting technique.
I wish I could help somehow, because people coming from their work and see they are homeless now, and there is nothing left for them, and this is so sad.
These are challenging buildings. These were built a number of decades ago, and we're always concerned that we're able to contain it to the block that it's in.
It's believed the fire started on a second-floor balcony, but what caused it, that is under investigation. There were no reported injuries, but several pets are missing. 70 units in total in the building. It's unclear how many have been destroyed or damaged. It may be weeks or even months before those who did live here are able to return back home. Jody?
Harper, thanks so much for that, reporting for us from Coquitlam this hour. We are only hours away from learning about the specifics of this year's provincial budget. In a pre-budget tradition, Finance Minister Mike de Jong picked up his resold budget shoes from a local Victoria cobbler yesterday. These are the same shoes he has worn for the last 2 budget days in BC. De Jong says there's no need to change course when things are going well, as he anticipates a budget with a modest surplus. But there aren't expected to be any new tax increases.
The economy, I would still describe both domestically and internationally is fragile. We are beginning to see numbers, you mentioned tourism, that show improvement. Some of that I expect is attributable to the Canadian dollar, and some of it to growth taking place in traditional markets.
It's safe to say most would agree that any day is a good day for a stat, and BC enjoyed Family Day earlier this month. Yesterday was Family Day for most of the country, and here there's a push to tweak our new holiday. A petition has been created aimed at changing the holiday from the second Monday of February to the 3rd. The change would sync Family Day to holidays celebrated in other provinces and President's Day in the U.S. The second Monday was initially chosen after a public vote supported the idea.
On the surface, it looks like there was a fair and open process, but if you drill down and look at it, it was heavily lobbied by the skiing industry. And this is a great example of a year where the skiing industry is not being impacted because a lot of them are not even the hills are not even open.
Hundreds of people have signed the petition so far. The Surrey Board of Trade has also supported the idea. They've been invading lawns all over Metro Vancouver. Now the chafer beetle has turned up in Vancouver's crown jewel, Stanley Park. Crows and other animals have torn up the grass near the Georgia Street entrance to the park in search of chafer beetle. Park staff say that grass was vulnerable because it's not regularly watered during the summer months. Staff say they'll likely reseed the area with a mixture of grass seed and microclover to better resist the damage from the beetle.
It certainly adds another burden to our budget. At this point in time, I don't know how much it's going to cost us, but this is going to be an ongoing event from now on.
Experts say grass that is well watered, fertilized, and not cut too short is the best defense. You can expect to see Oscar pools popping up as the Academy Awards approach. Even the BC government is getting in on the action, although gaming critics may not be pleased. The BC Lottery Corporation is offering odds on the upcoming movie awards for the first time. The gambling options are being offered now on BCLC's Play Now website. Birdman and Boyhood are overwhelming favorites to take Best Picture, while Eddie Redmayne and Julianne Moore are listed as the most likely acting winners. 17 categories are up for wagering. I think Kyle Donaldson will win that.